Well, you got to figure. Remember that in OVA 1, they were working from home, barely doing anything, and then they came here. Well, one guy's stuff got taken hostage, but the rest of them kind of came up here because they wanted to. Now it's a place that they don't even want to be in. Clone book still, I'm assuming. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stone Face Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with the second... Is it episode? It's OVA. Animation Runner Kuromi 2. The follow-up to 2001's hit Animation Runner Kuromi. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, or if in fact that is her name. I'm assuming it is. Kuromi.
Yeah, Kuromi. I
Right.
think they mentioned it, yeah.
Well, I'm sure they did at the very beginning. I don't remember if it gets brought up again. Because honestly, there's an element of her character that doesn't need a name. We just need to understand what struggle she's going through, and then we kind of just support her along the way. It's not like a shonen or a shoujo where someone has to like scream your name out while you're in the middle of a situation so that we understand, you know, either the stress or the importance of your relationship together is. She's just in a position, and we're in that position with her.
Yeah. Also, the fact that it's... Sorry about that. The fact that this is a very fast, or at least the last one was a very fast clip thing. Even if they may mention the names, like, oh, Kuromi. It's like, oh, okay. Oh, sure. Next. Like, by the time you go, like, wait, did they say that? It's like, you have to either stop and go back or like, whatever, just watching this.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If they did introduce it, it would have been in the very beginning of the episode when she's like trying to tell, who's just the production manager? On his way out who she was, and even that guy wasn't important to know who she was because he left. He never came back.
Yeah, he was sent to the hospital with it.
Versus everybody else that she talked to, I think she just introduced herself as I'm the production manager. I don't know if she even tells them her name. Well, anyway, this is the 2004 follow-up to that, which, you know, given 3 years, things could have changed art style-wise.
I think might be a situation of art imitating life. Imitating art. This is going to get too much Inception if I keep thinking about it.
Well, I mean, not really. They were given a year to finish Time Journey 2, and this was 3 years later on Animation Runner Kuromi. So, I don't think it's art imitating life unless they're going to start this one off saying, we've had 3 years to finish Time Journey 6, which was handed off to them at the very end of the last one.
Yeah.
And we didn't get it done. So what happens to the animation studio when they do miss a deadline? I mean, that could be a possible story, because I don't know what happens.
Probably the studio closes its doors or gets sold off or something. Everybody gets hired somewhere else. You know?
Well, I mean, what happens to the work?
Whoever happens to have the copyright holder decides what to do with it, essentially. They could just shelve it. They could tell it to another studio. They could put it on hiatus. You know, ultimately, when all comes to this, it's just who happens to have the copyrights and how copyright works in each country, right? I have no idea how that works in Japan, but, you know.
Well, I think there's like a series of international laws. So I'm thinking back to every time I've watched Secret Galaxy, and they cover this kind of stuff about... I cannot remember what show I'm trying to think of. Where, it wasn't that one. No, it wasn't these. It's like one that got famous, and then they tried to hold out for more money after they became famous, and then the argument between the two divisions of whatever this was created a pause in the work, and then the pause in the work while they solved the legal problem created a decline in the desire for the thing, so that when they finally did come to terms and started making more shit, there was no audience for it anymore.
Yeah, that too can happen as well.
Can't remember what it was, though. Well, anyway...
I mean, there are international distribution, international law and distribution and all that, but you start with local national law when it comes to... Because this could be Japan only release, right? It might be released later on in the United States or internationally, but you have to follow the original copyright situation. You know, the umbrella term is intellectual rights. Who has what and where, you know.
Well, again, though, this is all stuff that we just made up. So we don't, might not have anything to do with this. So I guess instead of getting into like a 10-minute discussion about copyright holding when it has possibly nothing to do with this episode, I guess let's go ahead and hop on into the episode, and then we'll find out what happens from there.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Wow. Early 2000 CGI. This is PS2 era shit.
Well, yeah, you know, it's the opening. Shadow the Giant Fist, implying the same thing at karate from before. Okay, so the name is not the name in Animation Runner. Kuromi, that was not her name. So, I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah. I'm not getting any subtitles here.
Switch it. I'm getting subtitles. You're not missing anything. This is just the story of what happened in the last OVA.
Yeah, I know, but I
Switch
would
it to
think I'd get
Japanese.
some-
That's what I told you before. The Japanese subtitles are actually the English subtitles.
Oh, okay.
Same thing as last
They're
time.
not, still not showing them. Oh, now they're showing. Okay.
Wait, what? Also, that wasn't what happened in that scene. Unless he does this every time.
Yeah, apparently he does. Yeah.
3ヶ月前は良かったわよね。感動があったもんね。
社長無茶しすぎだよな。このメンツで3本同時進行なんてよ。
Oh, 3 anime at once.
Well, we were working on 2 anime last time. Remember the other guy in the
Yeah.
very beginning introduced them to the fact that they were working
Oh,
on...
Time Journey got axed.
3本ですか？
そう3本
3本？
3本シリーズをね
スタッフはい
るでしょ
四本松さん、深見さん、原口さん、羽生さん、八作さん、田中さん、3本ですよね。
さあ3本3ピース
But what's the time frame?
2本分のスタッフは
だからあと2本も
シリーズ3本はこの皆さんだけで？大座に1本でもやってだったのに無理なんじゃないかな。
クロミちゃ
And
ん
that got
できます
But wait,
ね
calls her
that got
Kurumi.
axed.
Are we doing
Yeah.
a joke on the whole spelling thing?
制作の仕事でしょ
Okay, so the follow-up here is not a new difficulty, just the same difficulty
More.
3 times as hard.
But that's all. Yeah.
てなわけで、クロミちゃんかなりテンパってますね。
そりゃうちみたいな弱小プロダクションとしては。
Also, his shirt went from fire to burn.
わかるけどさ
He's a burnout. He was on fire, and now he's burned out.
私3つも同時に書くのなんて初めてだわ。キャラ見事にバラバラだしね、この3本。全然キャラ慣れできないわ。
I'd actually think that would make it easier if the characters were all different.
これがゾンビハンターや見たら、これがキャットマンだにゃー。ほら、こん
Batman.
なんするわな、普通。
No, I mean, if the characters would look the same, that would make it harder. Because you would like, oh no, I accidentally drew this for this other show. Stomach ulcer time?
Okay, they're taking their time with this joke. Yeah.
I just feel like this is what the other production manager went through, even though she's a
Yeah.
artist.
3本も作家掛け持ちさせられたら誰だって。
いえ、禁煙してる
Oh, okay.
え禁煙
Yeah.
いつも冷静沈着なお姉様が獣だよねありゃ。
禁煙って大変だね。
そう四本松さんはチェーンスモーカーだからね。
一心同体少女といいだったもんね。四本松さんとタバコ。
I feel like we're like a completely different topic now.
Yeah.
今回は3本という未曾有の仕事量ですから、この大黒美紀子。
There's also a meta story going on here about belts. The big guy's belt's constantly breaking. The other guy's pants are constantly falling off. She's wearing suspenders.
歯医者？そう6時10分にほら駅北のお菓子か。
Oka Clinic.
明日からバリバリ頼みます。
I don't know what you're implying.
If you in the audience know, you know. If you don't, that's fine.
I mean, connection for me is that I'm also watching Voltace 5, and one of the main characters is Megumi Oka, her father General Oka, so I don't know what you're talking about Oka Clinic.
今日のバビラススペシャル、バビラス対25人のバビラス、録画予約忘れてたよ。間に合わないよ。
Wait, yeah, why did you agree with that so quick? Because everybody else had a legitimate one and he didn't. What?
Yeah.
やれやれ僕一人になってしまったようだね。
Dude, you have never opened your
安
eyes.
心してクロミちゃん僕は帰らないから。はい上がり。
And they're all
俺の
trash.
ことを下までですよ。
I don't know, it's been 3 months. He could have gotten better.
No. I already saw them.
Yeah, I don't judge it on that, though. The same way that when she's watching TV in the first one, the TV animation was a lower quality. I have to assume that anything that they're making has to be lower quality.
No,
Just
but they also shown
for the
close-ups of them
purposes
doing
of
actual.
for the purposes of media inside media, it has to be lower
Yeah.
quality.
I don't know. They were showing some cuts of them doing actual character drawings that were pretty good.
Where are you?
Surfer dude?
Is it?
I think so. Yeah. Hanaka? Hanaka?
それじゃ進行表。キャットマン7は絵コンテ中野線路あいつか。ダメだね。
ダメだね。
ま、よくやってる方だけどね。
Was it?
Oh, he came in drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, see, they don't even know. And she's met him before.
なんじゃこれ
Yeah.
I feel like he was a supervisor or someone from, like,
だってこれ
the one who's ordering the thing to get done.
そうっすよって普通はチートこれずらしたりするじゃんおおこれなんだよそれちゃんとやめたアフレコ一緒じゃん
Was it according for Soy Shan and Yamita on the same day? Yeah.
ダメっすか？
No.
全部俺が演出なんだぜ俺は一人しかいないんだからよどうやって同時にやってるアフレコこなせんだよ
どうしましょう。
I mean, I guess you could make sure that they have the exact same dialogue.
じゃあ一応クローン発作でも使うか
I was joking!
おいちょっと冗談だって
Yeah.
分かってないんじゃない？ありがとうございます。じゃあ次のヤミタをお願い。またヤミタ？ヤミタはもう嫌。なんか好きじゃない。でも洞口さんキャットマンも好きじゃないんですよね。あれいや好きじゃない。ああいうアメコミ振ってたの。
I can't say American. Catman's supposed to be, I guess, Superman.
No.
Batman.
Well, no. I can't remember his name. There is a cat,
Well, there's a lot of them.
superhero.
But,
Yeah, but I'm talking about the one who's specifically a wrestler. He wears a cat uniform.
Yeah. So I guess they're subcontracting for American American studios, or there's somebody imitating American studios.
No, I mean, it could be like that era where they made Spider-Man a Sentai series in Japan.
Yeah.
やるわよ。いやー、ゾンビばっかりじゃない。オッケー、前に任せて。ありがとうございます。
Okay.
The glow people. He took it a little too literally.
So I'm thinking about the other joke series on YouTube that I watched where they said, I need this by yesterday. And the whole joke is for the next 20 minutes, he's trying to figure out how to time travel the message backwards. The boss is very direct about what they want.
Yeah. Oh, she's back.
Well, I mean, we saw her before. She was the one freaking out on her way out because she quit smoking.
Yeah.
Habit.
Yeah.
I guess she's going cold turkey.
Yeah. I like the fact that they say, oh, this character was this way though as OVA, but now we're gonna have it be animated by saying that we took out the cigarette, and that justifies everything. Again, the economy of the jokes is pretty good.
3本同時進行作家なんて初めてですよね。
まあな、前代未聞だよ。
大丈夫っすかね。
まあそんな時はそん時だな。はい。
Or you die trying.
Well, I mean, if not for the I quit smoking thing, she looks the least overworked of everybody.
Yeah.
バフンシュークリームって言うんですけど、食べません？あ、私テイクアウトを買ってきますから。ね。
あのバフン屋なら一昨日潰れたよ。量は多いけどゲロタンものだって評判悪くてさ。
そうなんですか。知らなかったな。
クロミちゃん。
So now I'm thinking of the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. They were made with cats. And I guess people at the end.
What are you? Scallion. What the hell she was smoking? What is a scallion? A measuring tool, I guess, in the drawing?
No, it's a plant. It's you use it when you're making food. You chop up scallions.
Oh.
You never heard of chopping up scallions?
No, no.
Yeah, it's not something I've eaten. I just know that you mix it with food, like soups and whatnot.
Yeah, it's a condiment or something, yeah.
Well, it's not condiment. It's
No.
like parsley or.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Well, use his clone then. Like you said, she must have gone full on cold turkey.
Yeah. And he comes up again, yeah.
Like I said, he's either part of management, which is hiring them for all this, or it's just some random drunk guy that walked in.
クロミちゃん、私だよ。
四方松さん。
上がりは机の上に置いといたよ。今日は帰るよ。
あ、はい、お疲れ様です。
君も帰りなさい。
え
？2、3日帰ってないだろう。
To be fair, she almost got like a full-on anime made in 3 days last time.
Yeah.
女の子は清潔にしてないとダメだぞ。
大丈夫です。コンビニでパンツ買ってきて履き替えてますから。
そういうことじゃなくてさ。
パンツ履き替えてんな。
フリーのゲーマーリスト。腕の良さは私の保証付き。ただ売れっ子だからね。みんな仕事詰まってると思う。
I'm concerned that some of these phone numbers are triangles and X's.
Yeah.
My phone doesn't have those buttons.
I mean, also the fact that they're not going to give actual numbers out in media. Yeah.
Yeah, that says 8675309.
Yeah, that happened.
I mean, being a freelance, they're for hire. Make me a better offer, I guess.
Around the 5th, yeah, that sounds dodging.
Well, it's next month, and we don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Did they say what their deadline was?
Mm-hmm. So that little thing that's flying around, they actually can see it and interact with it.
I don't think so.
Whatever that is. Yeah, I mean, no, Churahami actually talked to us as it was closing the door.
Well, I mean, it interacts with them, but it also flies into first-person frame with us, the viewer. So, it, you know,
Yeah.
that was also a website. No, the plate on the front of the car is a website address.
I was counting.
高島平君、制作のベテランだよ。
Oh, he's a
これ
producer.
からは彼の言う通りにやってくれればいいよ。ごめんね、今まで一人でやらせちゃって。彼はね、アニメ
So now that I've got everything on track the way that I want it, you're telling me to
Yeah,
listen to what
he's
this
gonna
guy
come in.
says.
クロミちゃん、彼に任せておけば間違いありませんよ。
The guy whose only experience I've had is he's drunk.
それじゃ行きますか。3本の進行状況は
Or maybe he wasn't drunk. Maybe he's eccentric.
上出来だ。
Yeah.
全然ダメだなってない。これから俺がプロの制作ってのが教える。わかったな。
No, he's arrogant.
アニメーター諸君。俺が来たからもう大丈夫だ。
Oh, it turns out he's All Might.
お姉様どういうこと？
なんであいつ
Put something else in your mouth.
社長何
Like a tentacle. Was he eating squid or something?
It's not impossible.
全然上がんないのよ。落ちるよ番組。ま、今までは制作何も同然だったんだからしょうがない。
So insulting
Okay.
and doing the thing that the other guy said you shouldn't do to animators.
Yeah.
岡原です
梅田です。
俺が呼んだ助っ人アニメーターだ。二人ともナイルの星とかカラクリ父さんからずっと第一線でやってきた超
Fix it, Daddy. Okay.
ナイルの星？パクリ父さ
To
ん？
be fair, that doesn't have to be a hentai.
生まれる前のアニメじゃねえか
助っ人でしたら、
何
私の方にも何人か当てが。
お前さんに当てはいほうどんなアニメーター
塩松さんが紹介してくれたこの方々です。いいぞ、クロミちゃん。
けけ
明日明後日にはバリバリ入ってくれんだぞ。
おお大したメンツじゃないのんじゃ確認の電話入れてもらおうか
はい、いいですよ。
Oh, is this gonna blow up?
別にやるとは言ってない。いいよね、あの作品って言っただけ。はあ、来年いっぱいまで劇場ジャパニメーションでございま
But
す。
to be fair, that is a bigger job,
はい、では
as far as I know.
しまった。
はあ、技術的には無理。やりたいのは山々なりで。そうでしょうか。
よう花子久しぶり
無理。すいません、全滅でした。
ああお前ちゃんと念の仕方まで教えたのかお前は昔からそういう性格だったけどなアニメーターは絵描いてりゃいいんだよ制作の仕事に出しゃばるな
I'm gonna hate it if this guy turns out to be right.
これからはプロの制作が現場に入りますからね制作主導で動かしますよ
机は3記者製かよしよし
久しぶりじゃの。
I mean, I guess at the very least they have introduced a villain. First one didn't actually have a villain other than time.
あの二人にやらせるぜ作家
はあ？作家経験あるのあの人たち。
当たり前だナイルも父さんも原画作家だったんだぜ
25年も前の作品じゃない。
お前一人で3本抱え込む方が無茶ってもんだそれがどんなことになるか分かってんだろそれじゃあ存分にやれよ気が済むまでまお前存分なんてわけでいけない
Yeah, she just quit.
ねえ、私の目の前でバカバカねえよ、中島ディーラー。
さてプロの制作ってもんはよく見とけ
はい、ディーラー。
Yeah, people love being watched, right?
手を止めないでね時間もったいないでしょ書いて書いてああその消しゴムを使う回数も減らせればもっとペース上がるな
I'm fucking self-conscious because you stared over my shoulder.
何？
ああ気にしないで書いて書いて
気になるわよ。
おかみさん絵うまいですね
はあ？それアニメーターだからね。
アニメーターなら速さもなくちゃね。何しろ番組ってのは週1本放送だ。チンタラやってたら穴開いちゃうよ。丁寧に書きたいんならお芸術家にでも
I thought legit thought she was gonna stab him in the neck with the pen or something.
すみません、シホンマツさん。せっかく教えてもらった方たちを。
ありゃちょっと失敗しちゃったな。あいつの言う通り念をす
I
る。
mean, legit was nobody's fault. This dude would have shown up no matter what.
昔ここにいたんだよ、一瞬。
お姉様とはどんな関係？かつて相当なんかやりやったって感じだったわよね。どんな？
いろいろあったのさ。いろいろね。
That was a real weird, serious face we got from him.
すかした男。
田中さんですか？
そうそう。あいつクラスのもっと入れた方がいいんじゃないの？俺助っ人連れてきておいてよかった。さすが俺だよな。何？
シホンマツさんのこと大丈夫でしょうか？
何が？
作家2本分取り上げちゃったみたいで、シホンマツさんやる気そがれちゃったりしないかなって。
そんなんでやる気そがれてたらプロじゃないでしょ。は？
でも
お前さ、今どんな状態か分かってないだろ。
いえ、分かってます。
分かってるわけないだろ。分かってたらなんであんなチンタラ原画描かせてんのよ。
いえ、皆さん
I feel like she's putting out a fire. That's what she's doing.
以上やらせんのが制作の仕事なんだよ。でないと3本同時なんて転がせないだろ。いいか、絵なんか多少荒くたって構わないんで、今はとにかく早くたくさん描かせて大須に間に合わせることだ。
多少荒く、それは
まだ分かってないね、お嬢ちゃん。その判断ができるのが制作なんだよ。プロのな。
Quantity over quality.
Well, that's not the choice that they've made, though. The president made that choice for them.
Yeah.
明日から旦那出張です。その準備をね。私、中国気候生態の予約が。
はい、お疲れ様。もう二度と来なくていいよ。アニメーターの代わりならいくらでも。
If you leave now, that's your job.
おやおや。
I heard the message.
はい。今度は何？
個人別作業実績表。アップまでやらなくちゃいけない量と。
I hate this form of management.
Yeah.
Because next up, we're going to be giving them gold stars or some shit.
Yeah.
You guys seem unmotivated. How about a pizza party?
Yeah.
So now I anticipate a loss of quality and quantity. Also, Surfer Guy isn't here still.
Yeah.
皆さん頑張りましょう。大丈夫。皆さんすっごいペースですよ。あと少しですから。私も。
Yeah, they're fighting. They're now working for survival instead of the art.
Well, you got to figure. Remember that in OVA 1, they were working from home, barely doing anything, and then they came here. Well, one guy's stuff got taken hostage, but the rest of them kind of came up here because they wanted to. Now it's a place that they don't even want to be in. Clone book, still, I'm assuming.
それちゃ。
じゃあそれちゃに行けよ。対外的に得になる方を大事にしとけ。ヤミタはあの制作素人のお姉ちゃんでも代理に行かせりゃいいだろう。
そうだな。マジかよ。
久米川さん、原画上がりです。作家お願いします。
ね、そこに置いておきなさい。
はい。徳原さん、動画さんから質問が。このハイライト、なんでバッテンなのかって。
ハイライトは嫌いじゃ。
え？
特にそんなとんがったハイライトは嫌いじゃ。
でも、キャラ表ではハイライト指示。
Yeah, see, if that's the character design.
邪道じゃ。
は？
昔はそんなもん書かんかったわい。まったく。 バッテンつけるだけでも大変な苦労じゃがい。
全部消してる。
最初からかかんでくれんかの。
'Cause it's not your choice. You're in betweener.
ありがとうございます。
Yeah, they're doing it all style like 20 some years ago.
けど、田中さんの原画だ。
入れる必要のないものははしょっとるよ。
え？
よくかけとるものは修正不要じゃ。
田中さんのって私から見てもキャラかなり似てませんけど。
わしの目からはよくかけとる。
で
も持っていきなしゃれ。
Do you work for me or do I work for you?
本当に数上がってきてる。
ダメだな。
でもすごいペース。
Certainly does feel like a commentary on what animation is like now. I don't know if the first one was commenting on anything like that or just, you know, a story about her and her position in all this.
それで墓が行かない分を補填するんだ。
原画？
はい。今はとにかく原画を優先にできないかって。
そうきたか。
え？
ああ、いや、わかった。やるよ、原画。
本当ですか？
ああ。
ありがとうございます。
おいおい、頭深々すぎるよ。
いいえ。
I mean, the drawback here is that this studio could probably be more successful listening to what he's saying, but the quality is probably decreasing considerably.
Yeah.
And everybody is getting overworked, so it's not a great work condition.
So they all quit and and now they get their reputation from being exploited, which means they don't get any new people in there.
それは四本松さんが作家と原画両方を抱えているからです。作家もきちんと入れてるからで。
そこまで分かってるなら打つ手は見えるだろう。
Get your ass off of the roof? Why are you always up here?
原画が上がらなきゃどうにもならん。だが原画さえ上がっちまえばこっちのもんだ。
こっちのもん。それって作家入れないってことですか？
そうだよ。だってもう無理だろ作家なんて。
でも
こういう時はな、作家が一番はしょりやすいんだよ。お茶の間は絵なんか気にしてないからね。芸術作品作ってるんじゃないんだよ。
Sounds like a high-level business, right? QA, we can skip that.
Yeah.
そんなこととても四本松さんには言えません。
言う必要はないよ。制作判断なんだから。原画上がったらそのまま動画に回せ。
As far as we never go back to the president about any of this. He's like he always shows up in these to introduce the problem, and then we never see him again.
ねえ、私たち今日からお友達よ。お友達って言ったでしょ。子供から
Mentos?
I don't know. All we got was Clint. I don't know anything about cigarettes.
あれ？このところ作家のものが出てないな。くろみちゃん、いないか。なんだ、それじゃの原画こんなに溜まって。動画発注伝票。まさか。
Oh, he's fleecing them.
私が見た覚えのないカットばかり。
So no, it's her finding out that they're not doing corrections for the first time. And then seeing that the stuff needs to be corrected. I mean, maybe he is fleecing them. I'm not disagreeing with you on that because I have no idea.
Yeah.
I just mean
well,
that
scene
scene
shouldn't be there, yeah.
I just mean that scene seems to me to be the indication of her finding out. It's what she did last time we worked together.
お前ルイモンド3世を見て感動してこの世界に入ったって言ってたよな。
はい。
じゃあこれを見てみろ。
Volume 1 was horrible because of that guy.
Wow.
あれなんかレイモンドの顔がこんなんでしたっけ？
これが
Oddly, the other guy didn't change very much.
この話数の作家四本松さんだよ。制作が高島平。奴は昔から放送に間に合わせるためならどんなことでも平気でやる男だった。作家はしょるのは
Very much on the nose, this one. I guess they're actually very
Yeah.
much before its time, it feels like. I don't know what things were like back in the day, but
ギリギリまで家にも帰らないで作家しまくって
legit feels like the news I hear lately.
最後は高島平が黙って引き上げちゃってさ。そしてこの結果だ。それを知った四本松さんはそれからしばらくスタジオに来なくなっちまった。
Well, you wouldn't want your name on that.
風に言えば逃げたってことだわな。だけどよ、四本松さんが全部作家する時間はなかっただろうな。高島平みてえのもまあ言ってみりゃ必要悪だわな。
そんなものいらないでしょ。
え？
そんな必要悪なんて必要ありません。
Well, especially finding out that he fucked up the thing that inspired her to get into anime to begin with.
できっこねえだろバーガー。できるんだよ。
I could have done without the instant apology. Just go with it. Go
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
冗談じゃない。今日の海外動画便に載せなかったら間に合わん。原画はそのまま動画に回した。なんだお前はどけません。
I mean, but they are going to miss the deadline, though. Seems to be the case.
私たちはね、四本松さんが作家入れてくれると思うから安心して原画描けるのよ。
下手でもね。
But also the element that this guy seems to be able to fire you.
しかも花子は逃げた。きっと黒目ちゃんが探してくれよ。それまではどかない。番組は落ちるぞ。
And President told everyone to listen to what he said. So technically, he's in charge here.
Yeah.
四本松さん、ごめんなさい。ごめん。
I mean, I would anticipate she's somewhere smoking. Like, she just started smoking again. Couldn't handle this.
Yeah. Ah, the eye through the hair effect. Yes.
あれ、資本珍しいな。
や
あ。
女一人こんな茅ヶ崎組んだりのぐうたらアニメーター、葉山のんきのスタジオオフショアで、何やら憂いげに海を見つめていると、なんかあった？
あったよ。
I thought maybe this OVA had completely forgotten that this guy existed.
それは何かと尋ねていいか？
ん？ねえ、作家ってなんだろうね。
え？美しい。
Again, though,
what?
His love is the
Okay.
sea. We already set up
Yeah.
before in the last OVA that there might have been something between the two of them, but that's why I made that joke before. His love is the sea. He doesn't even remember to come in to work.
Yeah.
Although technically he doesn't work there. It just occurred to me. He didn't work there. The other guy had hired him for 3 things before because it's his specialty.
Yeah.
That's why he has studio offshore. He's a different place.
I mean, I don't hate this part exactly, but the fact that we slowed down, I guess that's all the point. We slowed down to allow the story to.
Yeah, it's a meta narrative. Especially when the conceit of both OVAs has been hurry the fuck up and get the job done.
バフン屋が潰れたのも知らなかったんだ。
Much more so this one, but that was the villain's whole thing. Rushing without quality.
葉山さん。タバコある？
はあ、ラッキースリランカ両切りしかねえぞ。
ありがとう。
Wow.
Surprised he smokes. You figure as a surfer guy, he'd be like more in touch with all this sort of shit.
なんだよ資本、禁煙でもしてたんか。
禁煙は延期。その代わり今回は逃げないよ。
I mean, technically, if you say you quit and then you start again, you never quit.
Yeah. Yeah.
行くよ。
どこへ？おい！
Oh, she did the detective leap. Yeah.
ねえ、
Oh,
阿
okay.
佐ヶ谷まで。
免許ないのか。
Oh, yeah, jump
Okay,
into
nice
his
joke.
car.
Yeah. Yeah.
あ、そうだ、ちょっと。
And no seatbelt.
横浜。
ここじゃん。
That's here.
クロミちゃん。バフン屋横浜店のシュークリーム買ってきたぞ。
I thought they shut down.
あれまずいんだよね。
So they. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they said they shut down because they weren't good.
クロミちゃん、久しぶり。
No.
葉山さんも手伝うからさ。
え、何手伝うの？
Well, thankfully, you think I'm cute, and that means you're gonna do work for me.
Yeah.
やる気だ。ブラボー。お前ら。
3本とも全カットね。
寝ぼけたこと言うな、花子。お前にそれができないことは分かってるはずだ。
あの時の浜子とは違うのよ。
何？どっちにしても全カットは無理だ。もうほとんどが海外動画見に回ってるよ。今頃成田空港近くじゃねえの。
回収してきます。
Stop counteracting me.
たくさんの。
I do appreciate that no both OVAs were reused shots already. I do love to sing songs about what I'm currently doing.
Yeah.
クロミちゃん、これ外開きだってば。ちょっとこれかなりの量じゃない？お姉様一人で大丈夫？
みんな手伝ってね。
私たちサッカーなんかやったことないわよ。
I would think it'd be difficult to correct the thing that you drew, thinking that you drew it right already.
Yeah.
やる。お姉様指示して。ありがとうございます。
ヒゲの旦那の言う通り、時間がない。最低限の方法で最高の3本にします。深見さん、チャーミー以外
Yeah, I was
Yeah, what
wondering
are
if
those
the
guys
two. Yeah, I was wondering if the two old guys were gonna jump into this and like learn their lessons, or
原口さんはゾンビお願い。
ゾンビは前に任せてね。
目の輪郭だけ二度なぞってほしいの。
目だけ？
ほら、目の鋭さが強調されるでしょ。ハリウ君、この目か動き尻尾だけでいいわ。その代わり2、3枚。
we can do about all the shots that those guys drew X's over, though. They've kind of ruined a bunch of them.
さ、玉中君、この辺の原画ハイライト全部入れといて。
Oh, there
Ah, they
you go.
don't like it. Yeah.
Well, no, because yeah, they were drawing the X's over the highlights, and she's like, make sure they're there.
これゾンビだし、エフェクト付きのスーパーにしてディフュージョンかけちゃうから。
頼むよ。クロミちゃん、これ頼まなかったら、これハリウ君。あ、これ発作してる。
お前だ。
島田原さん大変。どうしよう。動画だし、国内のスタジオにも巻いてました。すぐ回収してこないと。
これだからな、どうしろは。今度は俺の出番かってなんで俺が回収してんだよ。
Why am I helping?
あんたには悪いが、わしらこの光景を見て血がたぎってき
Oh, there you go. They did learn their lesson.
アニメーターの血がよ。頼む、わしらに何かやらせてくれ。
お前さんの指示ならハイライトでも入れようぞ。
それは僕の仕事なんだけど。
あんたにはそれがお似合いだよね。
じゃあ申し訳ありませんが動画をやってください。
何？このわしらに動画をやれと。
原画ではなく動画。
See, I'm not exactly sure about the terminology, but it does feel like in-betweening is harder to do than keying.
私もみんなも動画にかかり
I
ます。
mean, they're the connecting tissue of the
That's what I'm saying. It's the
animations,
action
right?
shots. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It seems
yeah.
to me like the action shots are.
やったこともない。
でもやったことはあるでしょ。アニメーターなんだ。
So they haven't done keying in 25 years, but they haven't done in-betweening in 30 years, which means they started with that and moved away from it.
Yeah.
本気なのか。
よし、わかった。動画じゃな、やってみよう。
心強いです。
I like the music.
I don't know. It feels like they're people who want to be here.
Yeah.
そしてねえ、私たち今日からお友達よ。お友達って言ったでしょ。このわからずよ。
Kind of a zombie Bobo.
Yeah.
僕もう手しびれてお箸も持てない。
もう少し早く持って
I mean, I don't know how much time has passed. I don't assume that those are they muffins? I can't remember what they were called.
よく頑張った。
Are gonna be any good? They're still in the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
高島平さん。
一つだけ言っておくが、こんな仕事がシリーズで毎回できるとは思うな。
それは今回の仕事は素晴らしかったってことですね。
そういや、お前の名前聞いてなかったな。
Not gonna say it. Just not gonna fucking say it.
はあ。差し詰めあだ名はクロミか？
Exactly what I was bringing up at the very beginning of the OVA.
いつでも呼べよ。
でも多分絶対呼ばないと思います。
Okay.
Nobody's
That's their
pants.
power.
Nobody's pants stays on.
お疲れ様でした。
ありがとう。クロミちゃんがいなかったらまた今度も逃げたままだったかも。
褒められたね、クラミちゃん。バッタビも嬉しいんや
What does I know there's a trick to nicknames. I don't know where kurumi comes from, but
Oh, it probably comes from the beginning when we were talking about the kanji and how it works together and how you spell it.
Yeah.
That they were indicating the specific letters and how they were the names.
と思ったんですか？
ああ、タバコ吸いの女は可愛くないかなと思ってさ。
それだけ。
oh, she's is she a lesbian now?
What are you talking
Or
about?
does he think that? Because he says that women who smoke are not sexy.
She thinks that women who smoke aren't sexy.
I think
That's she was
other-
saying why she was trying to stop smoking.
Okay.
She's not making a judgment on other women. She's making a judgment about her own personal appearance.
Yeah.
She wants to stop smoking. She thinks women who smoke aren't sexy. I mean, she could be a lesbian. We have no fucking idea. I mean, she hooked
Yeah,
that
true.
other guy in. I'm just saying that that's what she seemed to be implying, was that she wanted to
Yeah.
stop smoking because she doesn't think smoking is sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think I'm faced with the same problem as when we finished the first episode,
Mm-hmm.
is that this is it.
Yeah.
I could see this being a series. Like, it's very
Well, I think it
different
would
from,
be-
like I said, keep your
Yeah.
hands off Isoken. It's very different from that,
Mhm.
but that was a series
yeah.
at least.
I think I would have liked it in that smaller doses. So OVAs is something I could see them going from time to time, right? Because a TV series, you got to do 22 minutes. It's like either you take the one problem and spread it out across the season, but then the pacing gets off, right? 12 episodes or whatever. Or you introduce a new problem every episode, like new, we got to do this new anime. We got to do this, you know.
Well, there's plenty of problems. There's no dirge to problems in the animation industry.
True.
It's not like you have to make something like insane. Literally just make an episode about every individual problem with, the animation industry or specific animators.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to have seen a series where, Studio Petite becomes Studio Grande or, something.
Which would be its own problem, too.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you could address that in media. Because, the same way that we just got 2 more old veterans of the animation industry on our side because of the problems they encountered here, maybe that keeps happening. Maybe each new problem, like they become, what's the studio that makes No Man's Sky?
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Yeah, they started from very small, and now they're like a rather large studio that goes on to make a whole bunch of other games, including all the expansion of No Man's Sky. I know it's like taking animation and putting it into the game studio business, but I'm saying it's a similar process. They could be this, and they keep getting pushed, and every time they get pushed, they actually become out a little bit stronger, or maybe sometimes some episodes a little bit weaker. Somebody can't take it, and they leave for good, because that's reality. You could do a lot with this. I'm just like, again, the disappointment I have is that they didn't, I guess, because there is no more. This is it. There's only 2 animation runner kuromis. Not that we're only watching 2. There is only 2. Because I feel like they've done enough development on at least 3 of these characters.
Yeah.
To warrant, more stuff. Like we had Kuromi, and sorry, I'm forgotten everybody else's names. The one who did the work on her, the thing that inspired her, the girl, the woman who's trying to stop smoking, and of course our villain.
Yeah,
they've developed those. Like we know elements of everybody else that we could identify them based on like characteristics, but there's not like a lot there, and we could do episodes that develop them too. Sorry, I saw the spokesman MD Geist show up, and it's like that's another OVA, isn't it? Or is that a movie?
Yeah, well, okay, because US Manga, they took the MD Geist face as their logo. That's why they have to every time they show up, they're like, oh, by the way, MD Geist is a property of, because they have the right to use it. But they have to show that it's not that they made it themselves. So.
I don't typically read the stuff that's scrolling past, so it's just that jumped out at me. It's like, wait, I know that name from somewhere.
Yeah. So, again, I liked it. I think I liked the first one better because, well, it was very important for the story for her to slow down and go to the beach and, do the thing, had that, 5-minute discovery, put in a bus kind of situation. I think it kind of slowed down what I really liked about this stuff, which was, very high pace and stuff happening. It's like, oh, you gotta take a break. So we got to take a break, which is necessary, but it kind of felt like, oh, but they could still be doing they could have intercut instead of her going all over town. I guess they didn't because they were protecting the cuts. So yeah. Sorry, that's an alarm out.
Is it? I thought it was a car horn. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, well, it was a car horn, but it's an alarm that went off.
All right, not going to play into my contrarian nature here, but I am going to say I disagree with you, and I'm not disagreeing with you because I'm disagreeable. I'm disagreeing with you on the aspect of I recognize what you're saying about wasted time, but I'll also say that this episode is 6 minutes longer than the first one, and I feel like all the things you're complaining about happen in that 6 minutes that you could just cut it down. And with the acknowledgement that that's parts that you could just cut down, that I think it's literally just as good as the first episode. But I think the thing that makes it better is that this is the aspect of the animation industry that I say over the last 15 years we've all actually learned about. The horrible production timings, the overworking of the people who don't get paid enough for what they do, etc. That this episode is more important a message than the first episode was. The first episode might have been greater for the characterization. Again, I feel more with Kurumi in the first episode, especially at the end where she's watching the product of her work and the realization of a dream. Whereas this one feels more like this is what animations are like now, and here's a little bit of insight on how bad it is to work in this kind of a situation. And I feel like that makes it more important, which kind of makes it better. It has a message. The first one didn't really have a message, I felt like.
But I also like the contrast of the first one. Like, this is literally not the typical Japanese workplace environment, and this one kind of fits very much into it. Yes, it's animation, but the fact that you have to stay long hours and the relentless space. In fact, it's gotten so bad in Japan, they literally now they have charts saying if you consistently work over these amount of hours, your likelihood of dying in the workplace increases. I think the point is 80 hours, right? Once you cross the 80-hour point, your chances of dying at work but work-related diseases, like, hypertension and all that, just skyrocket. Like,
did you watch Zom 100, by the way?
No.
The very beginning of Zom 100, the very first episode, is the main character works at like a company where they handle like commercials for stuff, but it's like I think they describe it as like a black site company or something like that. And that, it's a horrible place to work. And when he first gets there, he's so excited, but then everyone's like competing for how many stomach ulcers they got or something like that because they're constantly there. And I was also kind of a death march situation I was describing before, in that you're sleep at the job, you can't leave the job, that sort of thing. That's the excitement of Zom 100, where zombie apocalypse happens. It's like, I'm free and the world becomes full of color and everything. I don't have to go to work today.
I think it was Mother's Basement covered it as an
well, I know I was sharing like images in our Discord about it because one, I read half of Zom 100 and then they got syndicated, so they stopped releasing them for free online, and then it became a paid for thing, so that's where I stopped being able to read them.
It has a little bit of
Fully Cooley?
Yeah, Fully Cooley,
I don't know about that. It's not like over the top like Fully Cooley. Yeah, well,
no,
because they don't do like blood. It's all full color sort of thing. It's meant to be so expressive. Like, the new world is, zombie apocalypse, people are dying, but at the same time, you're really living now as well. And I always loved it for that first part in the manga. I'm free. I don't have to go to work.
Yeah, I saw that in Mother's Basement. Like, I think it was either Hottest Trash or Best Animes of 2023.
I mean, it was really good, but again, my problem, when we were reacting to it, is the fact I read the manga, and all I can do now is compare, and that's not good for a reaction. But I just mean, from that perspective, the work life in this kind of a business, I thought was really well represented there.
Yeah.
Because it's all the first half of that first episode, actually first 3/4, to express why he would be that way when the zombie apocalypse happens. Because he's fucking killing himself at work. Where he's to the point of, maybe I should just fucking kill myself. I don't want to go back to work.
Yeah, that's also suicide rates as well, and all that. Yeah. And I think America should have the same work, because I know people, especially in the animation industries, now that a lot of CGI work is also being being criticized. That studios, especially these big movies, are dumping a lot of stuff in CGI, especially in South Korea, and they're working insane hours. Video game, and we talk about the video game industry, like people sleeping in their desk over the weekend, right? Like they have to sleep back.
It's the inhumanitarian nature of business is that suicide nets are cheaper.
Yeah. So, So overall, I really did like it. I think I liked the first one best.
That's what you
of the
said.
two, but yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what you said. That's why I disagreed with you. Well, that's not why I disagreed. That's why I prefaced it's not my contrarian nature coming into approach.
Yeah.
I thought that the second episode had more features of modern day issues. Where I really liked the first episode because I was more character centric. I really enjoyed Kurumi realizing her dreams about becoming reality, seeing her name in the credits and everything.
Yeah.
But that was just a fun character centric episode, whereas the second episode was these people don't like being there. After we had the whole first episode of her making them realize that they actually enjoy what they do and coming into work instead of staying home and doing whatever the hell they wanted to do. Now it's a place that they want to be, and here comes this new management, which is making it a place that they don't want to be. And it's like, oh, that's a statement. And I appreciate that they've decided to make a statement out of it.
I mean, it's a statement. If you're going to make those sacrifices, whatever you're sacrificing for must be worth it, right?
Except that he wasn't, though. In this case, it wasn't because he wasn't making those sacrifices himself. He was everything for the deadline. It doesn't matter what your sacrifice is for. So I expect you to make those sacrifices, and the end output isn't going to be worth it.
Yeah. Which eventually would hurt the studio eventually. That's why it's interesting. She never saw that third tape, even though she was a fan.
No, that was that was part one. That was part one, which means it would have been the first edition of the thing. So I mean, it's still weird that she didn't see it as a fan, but if you were inspired by the first episode of a thing, and you might not realize that there was a promo version put out because they said that they had to redo everything anyway. So obviously, maybe that was just an internal thing that only they had because, as we know, she had a hand in it. But yeah, no, it doesn't only hurt the studio; it hurts the brand because remember, one of these is based on an American comic, as was said. So that brand it's going to be, God, there was an example of something that came over to Japan that didn't pan out. I can't remember if it was one of Stan Lee's superhero things that they made an anime out of, or if it really was Spider-Man. I don't think it was Spider-Man. It was something that went over there, it did not pan out well, and Marvel just didn't do it again.
Yeah.
I knew it was Marvel. But yeah, if you hurt the brand too much by cutting too many corners, then again, it all just really reminds me of No Man's Sky. You know, where Sony backs the company and it tells them they've got a deadline, and then they can't ask Sony for an extension because it's like a fuck you to them after investing so much money in them in marketing and whatnot.
Yeah, that was Anime Ronic Kunumi.
Kurumi, yep. Alright, well, I guess if that's everything we got to say about that, then once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?